that's the biggest differentiator between India and China and outcomes over the last few decades.
Also, we talk about African cities, there's always one perception that normally what people used to have about India is that it's a poor country. So what's one misconception people have about African cities?
I mean, the wisest thing I ever heard about India, I think it was Joan Robinson, was that whatever you say about India, the opposite is also true. So almost all misconceptions are probably true somewhere in African cities, but then the opposite is also true. I would hesitate to generalise about African cities just as I would about Indian cities. What would they? An interesting distinction, I think, it's women in public spaces are much more evident and proud and free in African cities than they are in Indian cities. It's a couple of girls getting dressed up, going by themselves to a bar in Dar es Salaam. It's just not a big thing in sub-Saharan Africa, whereas I don't really see that happening in Indian cities. A girl might go out in a group in Bangalore, pubs and bars and things, going out in a group, but nobody finds that a puzzle or a confusion in most African places, but it is still a bit unusual in India. So I think women in the public space is a bit different in sub-Saharan Africa compared to India.
That's an interesting observation, actually. But again, you've worked with governments across continents. You have seen firsthand
Correct,
how
very
bad urban
correct
laws
thing.
grow